Unprofessional as Fuck podcast.
Hey man, Vegas bartender's different. I go to the bar, right, just to give me a little drink to start my little day. Alcoholic, I know. But that's besides the point. I asked for one of my go-tos, Henny and Coke. The bartender slapped me a little small, clear little white packet. I'm thinking it's some sugar. Then he poured me a shot of Henny, just the Henny. I'm like, where's the Coke? Nigga talking about that white packet is the Coke. I'm like, nigga, I'm talking about Coca-Cola.
This is a public service announcement. Lil Wayne, BCF baby, is the best rapper. Hit me. Ha. Good morning, New York. Good afternoon, New Orleans. Good night, America. Yeah. Know it's what I got, lil' mama. Know it's what I got, bird lady. Know it's what I got, shawty. Know it's what I got, baby. Come on, I'm paid. I'm paid. I'm paid. I'm paid. Hey, give a woman none. I already gave my brother some. It's my sister turn. Ain't it funny how the fish do burn? Put your boy just relax like a fresh new perm. As the world in the barrel of the pistol turn. But we get it how we live, never live and learn. Gotta talk about the flow cause you is concerned. Only down south rapper could've been in the firm. Oh, the commission all Wu-Tang nigga. Tryna tell you I can kick it like Liu Kang nigga. Have that Sub-Zero flow, how you want me mine? Nigga get over here like Scorpion. When it comes down to this recording, I must be LeBron James or Pete Jordan. No, I won rings with my performance. I'm more Kobe Bryant up in all this. Same coach, same game, been starting. Same triangle offense. I come through the lane like a dodging. Referee niggas is lame, they call charging. I have no brain, I'm retarded. We all not the same, I'm a Martian.
I hope y'all motherfuckers ready, man. I can't stop potting right now. I'm in the motherfucking zone.
I am magnificent like Marcus. You might wanna fall back like August or late September, whatever you call it. I hit niggas in the head like Varnage. I am talking to no particular audience, but understand I'm the guardian.
This is without a shadow of a doubt the Talking to Town, what your channel's talking about. Unprofessional as fuck with your host Ruck, and this is episode 276 for the folks.
She better catch like she Steve Loud shit because I'm what's up
Like Martin.
Yeah. See, I know y'all talking about me. You don't like what you hear sometimes, but since I'm so bright, I'm gonna put the spotlight on you, baby. Show me what you bout, little daddy. I know you need to stop, hey, hey. I know what you not.
I better not get flagged for no mixtape shit. That's all I know. These days, DSPs, y'all gotta be smooth, man. I'm just out here trying to do what I can do. You feel me? Man, let me cut this off, man, because I don't know where we at right now. I don't know if this shit's legal. I don't know if it's not, you feel me? And I'm trying to be a law-abiding citizen when it comes to this pod shit right now. Please bear the fuck with me, man.
Consummate unprofessional.
Consummate unprofessional. As I use people's vocals and shit. I know, y'all. I'm just excited, man. Back at y'all right now with another episode. One more time for the fucking folks. Clapping it up for y'all. Today, man, I don't know. I got spooked while driving, bro. Like, these cops in Tracy are out of fucking control today. I saw the same motorcycle officer pull over like 3 people in the span of like 30 minutes. I was leaving to work, forgot some shit, had to come back to the hut, put, all my supplies in my backpack for the fucking work spot. Get back on the road. I see the same motherfucker got somebody else on the other side of town. I'm like, bro, please. Whatever quotas y'all trying to hit, man, I don't know what's going on, bro, but I'm gonna blame the tariffs for that shit straight up.
What the feezy?
Motherfuckers might be trying to go get a new phone, a new TV. They see China's shit up 1,000% right now, so they like, all right, these motherfucking cops must not have been up on that Trump stock market move he made or whatnot, because they are out here in full force today, and I cannot be a part of it. I wanted to go visit the homies at the cemetery. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just get off the road. My partners will understand. I know they would. But, we right back at y'all. I want to talk to y'all right now. Got a few things in the tuck that I feel are pressing and need to be discussed. Let's just get straight to the show. Now, while on the topic of these tariffs and shit, let's just talk about what went down recently. Y'all know I was talking about it. I was bitching because, my cell phone might not get upgraded from my fucking company with all these tariffs going into place. I did see that they filled the plane up, bro. They flew a plane from China or wherever the fuck these phones is at. Filled that bitch up with iPhones. I hope they was in the fucking emergency exit row, up in the storage compartment underneath where they be putting fucking all the baggage and whatnot. I don't know how they carried this shit across. I'm really not concerned. All I do know is you better start buying your shit right now. And it's probably already too late, to be honest. But hey, Trump did hit the Dame Dash pause on him, you know what I mean? This fool said tariffs are going crazy, you know what I mean? As of Wednesday, everybody got scared. The stock market fucking plummeted. Everybody's 401ks, their retirement, everything they had put away, people were concerned about that. And understandably so. But then immediately following, this guy comes back and he says, we're going to put a 90-day tariff pause for non-retaliating nations. So he's on some fucking, if anybody's seen the State Property movie, man, classic, horrible fucking motion picture. But, you know, I was a fucking huge Rockefeller fan, so I watched all that shit. He basically on some Beanie Siegel, get down or lay down, you know what I mean, type of hype. So the 90-day tariff pause was just for those who basically fell in line. They might have been incentivized to do that. Who knows? China definitely was not playing with us. They said, okay, you know what I mean, we're going to raise our shit. I don't know the exact percentage, but I know it was like under 50%. I think it was like 34%, something along them lines. This is not where you're going to get your news, especially not like, you know, accurate news, but at least I'm telling y'all, right? With that being said, China had did some retaliatory shit to us for sure, and now they faced 125% on exports to the U.S. apparently. Do I know what all this shit means and what it all entails? Absolutely not. But what I did see just through the grapevine is immediately after he basically said everybody right now is a good time to buy. Now, the average, you know, American who's got a little bit of fucking stake in stocks, they may not have known. I mean, a lot of people are not too in the know when it comes to that shit. It is, in my opinion, that's like grown folk prize picks. They basically make a fucking parlay with stocks that they think are going to be affected by whatever the hell is going on, you know, politic-wise. You may know, like, that they got that insider information, right? Like, who was it? One of these fucking players. Shit. Off the top of my head, I can't remember right now. I think Terry Rozier, right? He got in trouble because this fool was betting the under on himself and had a little crime syndicate. Motherfuckers was betting the under. Then he would go in there, turn the ball over on some bonehead shit, pull himself out the game like, oh, yo, the hammy, oh, the ankle, tweak the knee, something stupid, right? And he would get out, and everybody who bet on the under, who he told to bet on the under, would get paid. Now, to make that go back into just, you know, every day-to-day life, stocks and whatnot, I don't know how it implies, but it's like, you know, I watch Kings games, fucking every Kings game that comes on, right? So when it comes to doing my prize picks, I'm just betting off what I've been seeing, you know, recently. Like, okay, DeMar had a off night for him. That's like 20 points. The next night, is he going to fucking step up? What's the, you know, what has it been looking like? What have the recent past said as far as what, does he bounce back? Does he go into a slump? What's a stat line that I could count on him for? This guy's getting everybody in the league to bite on the head fake. So I was like, yo, let's do the free throws, right? 5 free throws made. Easy money. Motherfucker would do that in the first quarter. Now, back to the politics side of things. He basically told everybody, or at least let his people know, right now everything dropped, you know what I mean? The shit plummeted. That's buy. And now I'm going to impose the Dame Dash pause on the fucking tariff. Shit's going to go back up. Whatever you put in, you're going to get back and then some. And that's how it worked out, at least for him and his cronies. But what does that mean for people's retirement? Absolutely nothing. That's why all these no hands or hands off protests were going on in every state. I've been listening to a few different think pieces, and people were like, yo, that shit's kind of being suppressed by the media. And I agree, because, I mean, I haven't been watching the news, you know, as diligently as I have in the past, but you didn't really see shit about it. Even on your social media feeds, it would be rare to see a post about that. And with the front row of his inauguration being everybody as far as Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, those are the guys to go to if you want to keep some shit off everybody's feed, right? And all that being said, whoever was in that close circle or whoever was in the know, they made their dough and they did what they did. They caught a quick lick. And if you weren't going to let that shit happen for the nerds, they got their paper off the GameStop hype. Everything shut down immediately, right? Fucking Martha Stewart did some time, bruh. She was baking You know what I mean? She was over here making a creme brulee. All of a sudden, they were like, Martha, what did you do, right? She got snitched on by the homie. She had to go sit down. She got out, instant street cred. Now she fucking with Snoop. You know what I mean? They smoking weed, making edibles. I don't know. But for Trump to get away with the shit that he did in just the past 24, 48, 72 hours, however long it's been, you gotta fucking, it's roll with the punch. I mean, do you want to be affected, or are you gonna roll with the punches, or are you gonna be of the mindset of like, yo, if you can't beat them, join them? In certain aspects, yes. Now, am I gonna go out and fucking be okay with just blatant fucking outwardly racism? Absolutely not. But if there's a way to play the same games they're playing with whatever you got put away for a rainy day and you're able to make some coin off this shit, by all means, right? But then you get other people who are like a fan of this whole shit, right? And they got the bread to play with, so I'm sure, you know, it did something for them. But for those of y'all who watch Shark Tank, y'all know Kevin O'Leary, right? Goes by the name of Mr. Wonderful, I believe, on the show. Now, according to reports, the Canadian businessman and TV personality urged the Trump administration on CNN to impose up to 400% tariffs on China to push for negotiations on intellectual property theft and trade practices. 104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating for 400%, Leary said. This guy's Canadian, trying to, you know, dictate what's going on in the States. Canadians are down right now. I don't know if y'all understand that, man.
What the fuck?
Drake put out like 3 snippets. He was just testing the water. I haven't listened to any of them shits. I did hear them on certain podcasts where I go, you know, just consume content on as I'm driving around. That's about the furthest I'm going to go with that. The homie and me were in a text thread, and he was like, yo, what do you think about that the Drake sample on Whoop De Whoop song, right? I'm like, I don't know, bruh. I don't listen to Drake, and it's not like an intentional boycott. I just don't fuck with bruh's whole vibe. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like when I come in the house and I see my kids and they're watching these YouTubers, and the YouTubers are playing the game, and they're playing the same video game my kids have, right? The same one we just bought for these kids. And they'd rather watch these motherfuckers play it. And they're just screaming at the microphone, hella loud, you know what I mean? The whole fucking audio's clipping and shit. They're hitting peaks that you should not hit. And I'm like, yo, why aren't y'all just playing the game? But they're making these motherfuckers rich. These YouTubers are getting money hand over fist. My kids is coming back from school after being on their phones all night, falling asleep, looking at the TV. I'm like, bro, this is an expensive ass screensaver you got on right now. PG&E at all-time high. I wasn't up on how to play with the tariffs. I didn't make no money off this shit. Can we please cut it off? But with Kevin O'Leary being a Canadian trying to dictate what's going on over here in the U.S., cause for concern. But I guess it's the foreigner's time right now, right? I don't know where the fuck Elon Musk is or where he's from. I don't know nothing about that guy. I don't really do too much research. But he's obviously a foreigner too. If I had to bet, I do know what he is from. He's from some punk ass parents. He definitely should have been like a nut stain on a washcloth. I'm sorry, man.
What the fuck?
That is one of those human beings that would have been way better off just swallowed at conception, you know what I mean? And I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for that. I'm sorry. It's really early in the pod to be talking reckless like this, but it is what it is, right? I mean, hey, I done went up against fucking UMG and went up against Opify, right? I'm about to fucking actually just buy a plan with, shit, I mean, who, right? Do I fuck with Tidal? Nah, he underlined doing some shit like that too, so I am a Tidal fucking user right now. I'm thinking about going to Apple Music so I can be making playlists with the partners who listen to the pod and just have somewhere for y'all to go get that new music on Friday, since I'm kind of shook right now playing music on the pod. But hey, it is what it is. With O'Leary trying to tell you what to do with the dough, with Elon Musk, a foreigner, giving carte blanche basically over all the information of American citizens and their money and their spending habits and what they got and where it's at. It's dangerous times right now, man. It's like, fuck, it's back to under the mattress money, right? Like, I don't know. My Paisa partners, bro, they got all their cash on them. You feel me? Whatever didn't get sent back over to Mexico, all my Paisa partners, they got their whole paycheck in their wallet. They drop that shit, it's bad business, right? The whole week, month might be fucked up. That's where we're going to have to get back to, man. Cash is king, and we might have to just keep our shit on us in the tuck. I don't know, bro. I remember Costco was going crazy. We was going in there trying to buy the essentials, right? The shit that makes sense to buy over there, a gang of water, toilet paper, paper towels, the basic shit that y'all were trying to hoard when people said COVID was a thing. And they were like, gold bars for sale. I was like, oh, where them at? You know what I mean? You guys got them on the racks? Let me go see what these gold bars is talking about. I was going to definitely try to walk out with my hammer parachute pants full of some gold bars. But, of course, that's just in the tuck. All these things, though, are kind of like signs, man. It's kind of like little red flags or green flags, depending on how you're playing, to let you know that shit is getting a little funky out here. The dollar, in foreign countries where it used to be dominant, now you're going over there and getting back, incorrect change for your shit. It's like, damn, you go overseas, you try to turn your money into the currency. It's like going to the strip club trying to get a stack of ones. This motherfucker's going to give you like $800. You know what I mean? You're like, yo, where the rest of my shit at?
What the feezy?
It's like old school days when I was a kid trying to go get your change from the ice cream man. He was like, you want my bubble gum? Nah, bro, I just bought this fucking ice cream. Can I get my change back? So next time I need some shit, you know what I mean? I could throw my little $1 on the table and ask the fam if they'll provide the other $5. You feel me? But this shit is out of hand. Y'all got to just watch. And if you are in the know and you're able to play offense at this time, more power to you. Share some info with the kid. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to send me a DM on how it is that I could fucking double, triple up, my little safety cushion. That'd be beautiful. Please, you know what I mean? Don't bogart the information. If you got some shit, you know what I mean? Bring it to me. If you don't want me to take it to the airwaves, that's fine. I will do that shit behind the paywall, though. Patreon subscribers, more incentives to subscribe to the vibes. Now, speaking of Jay-Z and Tidal, man, more just, I guess, concerning business practices from this guy. Everybody was promised that this Jay-Z Rock Nation school at LIU would leave, students debt-free. Promised a debt-free graduation, and everybody was all in on that. Shit, why not, right? We should be able to get an education to go out and be better contributing citizens to society, but instead, this school that promised debt-free has now left at least a dozen students in debt. And how does that happen, right? Like, where they do that at?
What the feezy?
It was launched with fanfare in 2021, the Rock Nation School of Music, Sports, and Entertainment at Long Island University, LIU. And it did promise students an initiative and debt-free college experience. Formed through a partnership with LIU and Jay-Z's Rock Nation, the program targeted aspiring artists and entertainment professionals and touted full tuition, Hope scholarships as they were called, for high-need students. However, several students from the school's inaugural class now allege that they were misled. Come on, Hov. Claiming they've been hit and left with thousands in student debt despite initial promises. All right, man. Don't bring people over here and feed off and be predatory. You know what I mean? The fucked up part is you do this shit and you feed off of people who are going to have a little bit more faith in somebody that they've, seen mature. They've listened to the music. They got what they think is a mindset of how these people think and their business practices and how they carry themselves. So you get people, and these are the high need students that you were, telling, hey, the grass is greener over here. You know what I mean? The same thing with Tidal. They were like, yo, when it first launched, the rollout had all these artists there that were saying, basically, spokesmen and women for the streaming platform, and saying this is going to give the most payback and the most money and royalties directly to the artist, to the creator. I remember, who was it? Like Madonna, U2, Jay, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj said that she got played in that, did a whole lot of promotion and didn't get a red cent from it. Yeah, well, you Team Young Money. You don't really fuck with Birdman or none of them. But I thought that he would at least fuck with the students. Now, people in Long Island having a long day, realizing that what they were promised was some bullshit. It was fool's gold, false news, bad business practices. But I guess, the rich get richer and the poor get less. And it's just how it is, man. This is the United States of capitalism, man. The land of the free and home of the. I'm just gonna refrain from saying that. All that being said, man, it's foul to play on the minds and manipulate your consumer and especially a person like Jay-Z with the kind of power that they got, right? And just to piggyback off of that and show you another example, in a place where we do know that their reign is supreme, and when I say there, I mean the Carters, whether that be Beyonce or Sean Carter himself. They've been basically known to play chess with the careers of artists who may have rubbed them the wrong way. Now, for every story that you get of like a Meek Mill who was helped out, obviously legal wise, right, and helped to remain free, and maybe with legal fees or whatever it is that he was dealing with, battling all those cases that he had. You also hear stories of Lil Wayne when he was in his contract, basically conflict with Birdman and about to be a free agent, and basically shelled, for lack of better words, from the company that he made billions. There's other stories. There's other sides to that coin. One being that of Carrie Hilson. Y'all remember Carrie Hilson, right? Little cutie, man. She was a tall cutie. Pretty face, colored eyes, you know what I mean? The long legs. Everybody was like, yo, Carrie, what's happening? At least I heard, right, from a friend. Then immediately after a song release, she was basically wiped off the face of the earth. Like, I liken it to like when Chrisette Michele did some type of singing or endorsing of Trump at one of these events. Immediately after that, she was gone. She sang Lost One with Jay, then lost everything immediately after. Carrie Hilson has since, been on a rollout for a new album that she's got going on. I believe it's coming out this Friday, should be, with the media tour that she's been on. But she sat down at the Breakfast Club and discussed it kind of in detail, claiming that it's a regret, but not quite the way that everybody would think.
Regret. It's a regret, but not in the way that people would think, because that's a song that I actually didn't write. Those are not my words. I was on tour. Polo wanted me to do a remix to Turning Me On because I was on tour with Lil Wayne. I wasn't able to lay anything down. He had been on me for a couple of weeks about we need to do a remix. He had another writer in our camp at the time,
Esther Dean.
He had her write this. So he played it for me like, this is the remix, because I'm thinking I'm coming in to go write a remix. But I come into the studio and he plays me this verse, and I'm like, automatically, I'm like, I'm not saying that. It's a regret. It's a regret. But I defied him on it, and I began writing my own. That's what I did with my time there. But it was quite forceful in an executive artist way only, involving others and kind of threatening my career, because my album wasn't out yet. So it was like, you're not coming out if you don't do this. It leaked like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen. So it leaked. I protected everyone in the story. So I had to eat that. And I am still eating it to this day. Carrie, the human, was looking at Carrie Hilson, the artist, like, you deserve that shit. You should have fought harder. That's something that I held on to. Not again.
Girl, every time we together. It's okay, I got you, sis.
I have forgiven myself, but to not stand up for myself, that was the shame that I wore. Was like, I should have fought harder. To fight him on it. And
All right. Okay, so since then, there's been more information. Let's see. Esther Dean came out, because Esther Dean was allegedly the writer. Actually, no alleged. She came out and said that she did write. She issued an apology to Carrie Hilson, saying she was sorry for her part in it. I'm reading directly from a tweet from Esther Dean. She had a few songs herself in the past, but was obviously the pen behind some of the hit songs that we all know. She said, I submitted a lot of verses for that remix. One got picked, and it was co-written with Carrie. Looking back, it was childish and didn't age well. Immediately, that shit was aborted. She says, I see how it hurt people, especially women, and I take full accountability. I worked with and supported many women since, but that doesn't erase the moment. I'm sorry for my part in it. Growth is real, and so is this apology. And yeah, you just gotta know. You gotta know who you're battling, man, and who you're going up against, and what the repercussions could be for a spur of the moment decision. And yeah, predatory music business. She said it was forceful. I'll take her word for it. She definitely regrets that shit. If it brought her to tears while sitting here on her press tour to promote the new album, which has absolutely nothing to do with that, all these years later, and still have to harken back to that situation based off of just an explanation of how things went the way that they went, why she seemingly just fell off the face of the earth. And it's unfortunate, man. Like Tony Busby, casualty of the Carters. Kanye West, soon to be casualty of the Carters, if not already. Shit. It gets real in the field when you fucking around with them. What do you say? Don't bark on that tree will fall on you. Yep. And Tim Burr on carry, I guess. Now, full transparency, when you podcasting, sometimes you just tend to lean on certain individuals who are basically podcast gold. They just continuously fill up the feed with shit that you are basically left with no other option than to cover. And with that being said, we're going to talk about two people today who definitely fit that bill. First and foremost, we're going to start with the guy Ray J. I don't even know where to begin with this. Maybe we'll begin with the jail story. This might kind of give us some insight to the story that's going to follow after that. But Ray J is on some type of live feed, and I need to get the link to this. If anybody has it, please let me know. This shit will be a layup every time I come to pod. But Ray J talking about a recent arrest and when he was locked up and a celebrity came to his aid. Let's play the clip.
Payne gave me some bread when I came home from jail, bro. Right when I got out on Twitch, right when they let me out. T-Pain was the first nigga to look out for me, bro. Right when I got out of jail, out of Twitch jail, bro. This nigga was
Twitch
the first
jail.
nigga that's out here. Oh, Deshae did too. Deshae did, but not like T-Pain. And Deshae said he wasn't coming to my party. And Deshae is the one who got me banned.
Yeah, nigga.
Anti-crazy.
Them nipples didn't get me banned. Nipples did not get me banned, bro. Deshae saying that I got nipples on my site and I'm T.O. what?
Terms of service.
TOS?
Yeah.
It woke them up. It went like this. And they went, let me check out Ray J shit. And
All right, just for a little bit of a backstory for those who weren't able to see this video or haven't seen it yet. He's got a beanie on tucked to the side with a fucking flashlight on that shit. Now, we all know about the history with Ray J and beanies. For those of y'all who watch Love and Hip Hop, you know what I'm talking about. But this guy just seems to always have some type of innovation, man. He was in Twitch jail, apparently, right? And T-Pain helped him out, sent him a little bit of bread. He said he put some on his commissary. What is the Twitch commissary, bro? I need to know. But I thought he was in real jail. That's why I thought I was going to piggyback right into this story. But now there's absolutely no bail for this guy, man. Kai Cenat has come out and said that Ray J, bad choice of words, is tight. For those who don't understand the lingo, he's upset. You know what I mean? He's a little frustrated with Kai because he hasn't been invited over for a sleepover. And this is a pre-pause, post-pause, and, right in the midst of it, pause. He says he wants to shower with him like everybody else. Now, I don't know if that's a common practice at the Kai Cenat streaming, I guess, building, that wherever their lab is. I don't know if that's common practice. Might want to clean that up. But Kai, I hope responded. Let's see what happens here.
yeah, nigga.
Y'all, right? So look, pause, right?
Damn, he paused himself ahead.
So, so y'all took showers together, right?
No, but we be separated with swimming trunks.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
what I mean. That's what I don't understand. Y'all had sleepovers before, right?
Yeah, but not like that. Like,
Kai.
Yeah. So no, I didn't mean it like anything. I meant it like how y'all meant it. I want to sleep over too.
No.
I want to sleep with y'all niggas too. That's
Whoa.
what I mean. Pause. I know.
what the fuck?
But that's what I meant. It's like if y'all was in the shower, then y'all was in the shower. Y'all took a shower together. So I'm like, well, shit, I'll take a shower with them niggas. Like
What the
on the stream,
fuck?
you know what I'm saying? Of course, with clothes on, bro. You know what I mean?
What the fuck? Correct. Yo, can I call you Unc?
You know what? You could call me Unc, man.
All right, Unc. No, hey, Unc.
You know what?
You got
How did this name Unc? This took over every time. The minute
Yeah, nigga.
start streaming, I can't like the next sleepover. Like if I'm not invited, it's cool. I just be heard about it. But I was heard about the first one, and I'm like, damn, man, these niggas in the city, they over there sleeping in the bed. Like I want to sleep in the bed too.
All right. That's about as much as I could. Reactions. Kai, you got to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing over there, bro. You got to stop them partially clothed showers amongst company. regardless of what the sex is, whether it be women, whether it be men, and this ain't about your sexual preference. I don't particularly care what it is that you do. But just for legal purposes, you know what I mean? People are getting a lot of hot water right now. I seen Soulja Boy was the most recent on some sexual assault charges, forced to pay $4 million. Kai, you got a lot going for you right now as far as streaming is concerned. I didn't know how it is that you came up out of nowhere and became such a driving force, in this in this industry, but apparently Twitch got a different meaning to it around over there. I don't know why y'all would have to shower together. You seem to have a lot of money. I would think that maybe you have more than one full bathroom in the house where people might be able to go freshen up in the privacy of their own room. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is I know in the past one of these streamer cats did like a fake prison where they were locked up and live streamed the entire thing. People were kind of upset about that, like they were just, making light of the prison system. Kai, the reason why I gotta hold you to the fire a little bit, and then of course we're gonna talk about Ray J, is because why, bruh? Like, why? Y'all can't you don't got a swimming pool, bro? Like, you don't get one of them doughboys that just stand above, you know what I mean? Those fucking, those hood fucking swimming pools, you know what I mean? Them big puddles. I don't get it, bro. So, before we get to Ray J, Brandy's baby boy, before we get over to that guy, Kai, we gotta figure out a different route, bro. Like y'all could. There's different shit y'all could do, man. Nothing wrong with an old school water balloon fight, man. Go get water guns. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say the name or the brand because that's not gonna bode well in this conversation, man. But it rhymes with fucking duper doker. You know what I mean? I don't understand it, but some things in this world I've come to realize are not for me to understand. And we'll leave that as we leave that. But for the frustration and the agony coming from the fucking vocals of Ray J out here just up in arms about the fact that he ain't invited over to the sleepover, that he can't sleep with y'all, that he can't wake up and take a power shower with the rest of the crew. Ray J is a person who's been known to say that he had a crew of quote unquote booty snatchers. I know, pause.
What the feezy?
To those who don't know what I'm talking about, back when the Breakfast Club was struggling to keep the lights on, damn near that whole fucking radio station, Ray J came and like he was a podcast gold. He was the savior of the morning show at that radio station when he went on a classic rant discussing his frustrations with Fabulous and without any regard went to the airwaves, the syndicated airwaves, right? This ain't even just in NYC or the surrounding areas. This was broadcasted nationwide, talking about how he was going to send the booty snatchers at Fabulous for a disagreement they had in Las Vegas. Now, Las Vegas is the city of sin, and what happens in Vegas is supposed to stay there. But when you go and broadcast that shit on the Breakfast Club, people are going to think about that when they hear these stories about you just wanting to shower with Kai Cenat and the rest of the streaming crew. Now I'm looking at everybody a little crazy, man. I'm looking at Kevin Hart, like, man, y'all look like fucking separated at birth, right? It looked like a father-son exchange when those two were doing their stream. Everybody who go there now, I got to look at it and take it with a grain of salt. Shit, Nicki Minaj was over there. I know Nicki didn't get in the shower with y'all. And if she did, swimming trunks or not, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of want to know what that BBL is looking like today. Her shit seemed like, I'm all over the place, but let's discuss it. You know, celebrities, they go out and they get this work done, and we've come to find out that all BBLs are not created equal. You know what I mean? Like, I know Nori probably flew out to Turkey to go get that hair on top of his head, and we all are just we're not happy about it. You know what I mean? That was like old heads when they said when Luther lost weight, he just looked all unproportioned. You know what I mean? He looked like a Luther bobblehead out there singing and shit. You know what I mean? A house is not a home, but you lost all that weight, and that was now a Superdome. Like, everybody was a little confused. So let's get back to the BBL talk, right? because I don't want to gloss over it or forget where I was going. Nicki Minaj was on the stream. She was dancing, you know what I mean? She was doing what it do. Cutting loose a little bit, shaking some of her assets for the camera. Everybody around was kind of just like, you know, they forgot they was on the Twitch and recording. Everybody just went straight into fucking man mode where they was just looking like, oh shit. And I just want to know some inside information, because if y'all doing, you know, swimsuit fucking showers, the last one I want to hear about is Ray J. But I would like some info on the Nicki Minaj joint, right? Because her shit always look like, you know, what I would imagine cement would look like before it dries in like a water balloon. Like only half of it's in the sun, so some of it stay where it's at. The other part just kind of, you know, clump up in certain places. Like, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's like Play-Doh, right? But with different consistencies. You know what I mean? It's like when your kids are trying to bake for the first time and those first batches of cookies come out, and some of them look like scones, some of them look like conchas, and then some of them look like flat cookie chips, and everybody's just like, well, we gotta wait for it to get right. Nicki Minaj, when she first came onto the scene, it seemed a little more subtle. Like it was like, okay, and not many people knew of Nicki Minaj before all the work. What's my guy? But Benny the Butcher got a classic line. He said, I was serving raw when Nicki Minaj was wearing a training brawl. And we don't know about those times, right? Because Nicki got over to Young Money, and they spent a little bit of that money on basically enhancing some of her physical attributes. We'll just put it that way, right? So I look at Nicki Minaj and I'm like, okay, you definitely are going down the Little Kim path. And let's continue, man. Let's just do some comparisons. I'm sorry, you know, hypersexualizing these females, this misogynist ass podcast, but you got to bear with me, man.
Unprofessional as Fuck podcast.
I saw a recent clip of, you know, Keisha Cole and Lil' Kim performing Let It Go or whatever that song is, you know what I mean? You gotta leave it, don't, you know, that joint, right? Classic bop, had the fucking Summer on Smash. They were performing that shit together, and I was like, okay, you know, Keisha's performing. She always looked like the auntie who can sing, but then she just go to every barbecue and get a little too faded. And she's been like, you know, inhaling Black and Milds and hitting them like blunts. So sometimes the vocals is there, sometimes we get a little scratchy. Like, but then Lil' Kim come out the cuts, and I seen Lil' Kim, and I was like, I don't even remember this era of Lil' Kim. She looked like normal. Like the body could have been just what you were born with, right? And everybody know that the best Lil' Kim was the classic old school Lil' Kim when she was breaking up the Happy Home with Big and Faith. And, you know, however you feel about that shit, you know, this ain't the time or place to talk about it. We're strictly talking about BBLs. Some come from heaven, some come from hell. I recently was listening to my boy TT's podcast, Smoker Section Podcast. Y'all better go check that shit out. And he was talking about Summer Walker, and he was like, horrible BBL. And to me, I was always like, man, it fucked it up for me, because I was always a fan of Summer Walker. You know what I mean? Highly talented. She seemed a little shy when she first came out. That was even better, right? She got all this shit going for her, but she too shy to go out the house. Perfect. But he started talking about she had a horrible BBL, and I started looking at it, and I'm like, why, right? And then I saw a recent photo, and I was like, okay, I get it. And I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry. But one of Summer Walker's, she got a bi-coastal chest, man. Fuck, rock.
What the feezy?
Like, one of Summer Walker's breasts is in California with a nice little home in the hills, and then the other breast is over there in the Hamptons in New York. So I get it, right? Like, it looked like the boobies is beefing. You feel me? Like, one's Crip, one's Blood, and they at the same event. They just got to hold it down wherever they at. So I was like, okay, that may be what he's talking about. But, I mean, to me, it was always the face tats that had me looking at Summer like, why would you do that? Right? Like, don't nobody want to be looking at a beautiful woman and start thinking about Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane with the face tats, right? Like, we didn't need to do that. You didn't need to be a dime and then put the 21 Savage fucking tats on the face. Like, chill out, right? But I let that slide, and I'm going to even let the BBL slide, because she's a beautiful woman. She's highly talented, and she's been known to be fucking around with some just regular dudes, right? Like, everybody knew about London on the Track. Very, very, how would you say it? Just a very accomplished producer, right? Was very intricate in a lot of her biggest hits and hits for a bunch of other people. He went on a hell of a run, right? So he was like, okay, London, that makes sense, right? It's a business move, cool. But then she started fucking around with people who should have never been known by one name, right? Like motherfuckers was talking about this dude on the pod, and I can't remember what his name was, like Robert, Rodney, something like that, right? It's besides the point. But he ain't Cher, you know what I mean? He ain't Madonna. Like you shouldn't be known by one name, you feel me? Like Taylor Swift is still Taylor Swift, as all the success that she got going on. And Summer was fucking with some regular dude, and we was just calling him Rodney. Like, what? How you get to just be Rodney? Like, I should know your full name, bro. I want to look up everything that you done in your past. You feel me? I want to see. I'm going to go find you on LinkedIn and find out, you know what I mean, that you was delivering pizzas last week, and now, you know what I mean, you springing up in summer. I don't know, man. BBLs, let's get back to it because I just keep fucking up. Cardi B. Like, Cardi did a little bit too much. Now she got the Lil' Kim face. She looked like a cartoon drawing of a lion in the face. You know what I mean? Got the big old tat on the side of the thigh. And it's cool, you know what I mean? Colorful. That's what's up. But when you already got that personality that Cardi do, and you go and do that Fran Dresser, like nanny type voice from time to time when you laugh and talk and shit, like we already looking past that. Don't do no extra shit that don't need to be done. You feel me? That's like when you call for some type of support and customer service, and it be the foreigner, and they just be way too polite and shit. Oh, thank you, Mr. Barraza, like for being a faithful customer. I just want to let you know that we really value, and just like, bro, I just wanted you to allow me to update my password. Like, can we just get past all this shit? Thank you for holding, Mr. Barraza. I want to thank you for your patience. Like, you don't understand. I don't got that, right? Like a abandoned hospital got more patience than I do. I don't do that shit. So, like, Cardi, like, dial it back, right? Who else? Let's talk about BBLs. SZA. Oh my God.
What the feezy?
I heard a lot of people saying she got a perfect one, and I'm like, nah, man, SZA was cute back then, right? And I think what it is the nose for me. Like, that shit looked like SZA at the wax museum. And you know how some people go and get that fucking Beijing at the top of their head for a hairline, and then they go out in the heat. You know what I mean? Don't get that fucking Beijing for your hairline and then decide that you're going to go cook at the barbecue. Now, as soon as you open that pit up, bro, the heat hits you in the face. Now you got fucking look like charcoal melting down your forehead. You feel me? And you don't know until you look like Carrie Hilson crying at Breakfast Club with the mascara running down your face. Like, chill the fuck out, right? But SZA, man, you was beautiful before, and you was so talented, and you had the world in the palm of your hand, and then you went out and did all that. And it's cool. I mean, your body, your choice. But it's like tattoos, you know what I mean? It's cool when you're young, then you get old, and that shit that used to say like West Side now it just say fucking like look like a Spanish word or some shit, say este on your fucking chest. Like, what's going on? Like, that shit's not gonna always be like that. Let me think. Drea. Oh man. Drea. She could do no wrong, man. If there was ever anybody who just completely bodied the rebrand, that's Drea, man. Drea came out and publicly told everybody that she erased the Hold'em. I want to clap it up for that. Not enough ladies are publicly, announcing the erased Hold'em that they had in the past. And I'm not going to hold people to their past, man. You young, you make decisions, you make irrational decisions from time to time. But the rebrand was real with Drea. She went out and got the subtle BBL. That was like the lowercase BBL, man. In cursive, italic. Like, she just, you know what I mean? She looked like it could be natural, but everything sitting where it needed to be sitting, you feel me? Damn, I usually don't do this. I swear, man. Alienating all of the women. But y'all got to know, too. You feel me? Like, it's important to tell a man that don't wear, like, deodorant. Like, hey, bruh. You know what I mean? You got more B.O. than Bo Jackson first name. Like, chill out. So sometimes you got to tell ladies, like, hey, you may have been a great illustrator back in the day, when you was a kid in kindergarten, but the shit that you're doing with your face makeup wise right now, that shit's looking more like drag queen than just queen in general. But it is what it is, right? So Drea went out, she erased the Hold'em, she got the subtle BBL, everything was looking, beautiful. She went out and got the Fashion Nova partnership. She was just on Instagram, changing outfits, whatever it may be, right? And he was like, damn, you know what I mean? Made the motherfuckers be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Setting trends, basically, right? She could have put on a fucking potato sack and motherfuckers would have been like, damn, we got to go get that fit from Idaho. But, and then to continue just her great fucking work, she went out and got the young kid, and that might be predatory to people, but men have been doing that shit since the beginning of time, and motherfuckers let them get away with it. Y'all still gonna go see the next Leonardo DiCaprio movie, knowing that ever since fucking Gilbert Grape, this motherfucker had a type, right? And that shit was under 30. Like, if you with Leonardo DiCaprio and your fucking 30th birthday is coming up, just start, doing offensive moves from the jump. Like, go ask for some money to shop and just put that shit away in a different account. Because he about to turn your ass in, man. He about to recycle you like the tweakers on BMX bikes at the tender age of 40 years old, right? With two big ass fucking black bags. I be wondering where they get the trash bags from. Like, I know I'm all over the place, y'all. Bear with me. Bear the fuck with me.
What the feezy?
I be wondering where the priorities is at, right? Like the ones who got the big black trash bags, I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all took a little bit of that dough, didn't go hit the plug immediately. Y'all went over to like Ace Hardware or some shit, Walmart, panhandled a little bit more, went inside, stole something to return later. But you did go purchase those big drawstring black trash bags. So, kudos to y'all. That's supplying yourself with what you need to, benefit yourself in the long run. Now, I do think that y'all should get some different type of transportation. It's fucked up that y'all keep stealing little Billy's fucking bike. Like, come on, man. And sometimes it's really egregious when you go and get Jessica's bike and shit, right? That shit got tassels hanging from the fucking handlebars. It's all pink and purple. You out here looking like a powder puff girl with all this recycling on the front and back like the homies was on the pegs. But y'all 40 plus, man. And maybe y'all are 20, but you just aging like bread and milk in the sun. I don't know. But yeah, I don't even know where I was going with this. Basically just saying like, Drea, yeah, that's right. She got the young kid with the Supermax contract coming. People are like, don't take your child to go watch this full play ball. They're the same age. Whatever, man. If Leo could do that shit, he was just doing a film with Tiana Taylor, who recently broke up with her husband, Amon Shumpert, former Sacramento King. When it rains, it pours, bro. They sent you to basketball purgatory and then your girl upped and left. And she more successful than you, but when it came down to the fucking child support, that was like, she get the cars, she get the house. She left your ass with the 2019 Land Rover. You know what I mean? She got the customized foreigns. She left your ass driving the Nissan Altima that the nanny used to drive up to the fucking store with. Shit ain't right, man, but it's just, it is what it is. So that's why I'm going to be an advocate for Drea being able to move the way that she does. She erased the Hold'em. She started from scratch, you know what I mean? Changed a little bit of ingredients in the recipe, and she started making 4-course meals, man. Like, let that woman live. But that's a good example of a BBL. Let's continue talking. Of course, I'm not going to even throw Little Kim into this because I've talked about it on the pod before. It was a real tragic incident with a cowardly ass man who did foul shit to her that began the whole surgery and plastic surgery journey. And it's like tattoos for people, right? Once you get one, the addiction begins, and that shit ain't safe. But let's think. Oh yeah, Lil Kim, what's the opposite of that? Remy Ma. Oh man, Remy, don't shoot me. Remy Ma made a song talking about I'm conceited, right? And then proceeded from conceited to go get surgery done, right? And then she wanted to get in a rap battle with Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj was like, you went and got surgery, got out, and still look like a work in progress. Like, God damn.
What the feezy?
That's like, she went out and got the Timu tuck. You know what I mean? She went out and got, I was in a Brazilian butt lift. That shit came from somewhere else. That was like the Bosnia butt lift. I don't know. That was a different B. I don't know. But yeah, and then you leave Papoose, who could have potentially been the best battle rapper in the world. You know what I mean? This motherfucker just be rapping about the alphabet cereal. I'm very confident that this man could go to any drive-through and just look at the menu and rap about every one of them items on that shit, customize it and everything. So You left him, and then you went and got with what's the brother's name? I think it's like Hitman Holler or some shit. I don't know what his name is. All I know is that whole shit played out corny as hell. And then you and Pat Poops went out and got the same version of person. Like, he went out and got with Clarissa Shields, and yeah, she may have hands, and she got titles, boxing and shit. But Remy shoots. You know what I mean? Remy's like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, your hands may be fast, but are they as fast as a speeding bullet? Like, think about it, man. Think about that shit. So actually, let me stop talking about Remy. She went to prison with a child, bro, over fucking her hairdresser owing her like $5. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up about Remy. You know what I mean? You all good in my book. What else though? What else? Yeah, it is what it is. I can't think of no more BBLs off the top of my head. But if I do, I'll bring it to the table later and just continue to make myself look like a piece of shit. But hey, man, I do this for the content, man. I do this for y'all.
Unprofessional as fuck podcast.
I told you it's unprofessional. Do not come over here looking for the best takes in the world. You're just gonna get how I was feeling at the time, man. And yeah, that's what it is right now, and that's just what it's gonna be. Some decisions you make don't turn out to be the greatest. Definitely going down this rabbit hole in about 20 minutes is going to be a regret of mine. Not quite Carrie Hilson status regret, but, you know, I'm going to play it back and kind of get this cringy look on my face when it's playing, and I'm going to be like, damn, did you really devote 15, 20 minutes to that shit? And I did. I most definitely did. But yeah, man, stay away from the Bosnia BBLs, man. Stay away from the Bosnia butt lifts. They out there putting just random shit in there, man. They putting flour, eggs. You know what I mean? You go outside and suntan, all of a sudden your shit rises like yeast. Oh, man, yeast. Foul. But anyway, man. Speaking of just, you know, women enhancements, we all remember Khloe Kardashian. She was, of all the K's, right? What was it? Kim, Kourtney, Khloe. In the initial time, everybody was like, yo, Khloe might be, you know, third option in that roster, but all right, let's just continue the misogyny.
Pain gave me some.
No, Ray J, this ain't your time, bro. Shut up, Ray J. Same thing though, man. That's where I was at, right? The podcast fucking gold, the layup for content. If it ain't Ray J, it's Lamar Odom.
What the feezy?
Lamar's been an openly admitted addict at times. First, everybody thought it was just candy, right? They had the pantry at the house. This motherfucker get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go eat 30 feet of fruit by the foot, and just have wrappers in the bed, right? Like Khloe coming home, she decided she want to give you some ass, but she got to just like kick all this fucking sweet tarts and fucking Snickers and Reese's Pieces out the bed. Like, she can't be dealing with that, man. Like, you don't know about the Kardashians? Like, these motherfuckers move the needle, bruh. They got to collab with Crumble Cookie right now. Like, if there's anything I don't want from a Kardashian, it's anything baked. Like, something tells me they ain't have no easy bake ovens in the house, man. Like, I don't even think they've ever gone in the kitchen for anything else than a glass of water or to get the chilled beverages. Like, I don't think I have any faith in any of their cooking or any of that for that matter. But anyway, get your Crumble money. That's fine. Back to Lamar. This guy died in a brothel. As awful as that sounds, right? Had the awful brothel night. Got revitalized, brought back to life. This man was off every one of them Rhino pills at the gas station. I could gladly mark myself safe from any of that. Like, the worst thing I get at the gas station is a Red Bull. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be it. You know what I mean? Actually, I lied. You know what I mean? When you go and buy the small little tube of Pringles and them bitches is $4, and if you would have went to another store, it's $2 for the large, I played myself. But not as bad as Lamar Odom, man. This guy got a sex doll that looks like Khloe Kardashian. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
What the feezy?
Khloe talked about this shit in the show, I think. So she did one of these things, like, remember the confessional on The Real World, where somebody would just go into the separate room and talk all the shit that they wouldn't say to the person's face? She spent some of her time, you know what I mean, devoted it to Lamar and his little sex doll that he got going on. Like, bro, I never in my life thought that I would ever be an advocate of going to the brothel, but at least that's human beings, right? Like it may not be the greatest of fucking options as a star and a celebrity. I would think that you would have different routes you can go to get your rocks off, but to build a fucking doll that you're now at the house with, like, I get it. Maybe some of that brothel money dried up. You know what I mean? There ain't been no endorsements. You ain't really out there and about there. So I get it. But you got the bread to spend and you built a doll that looked like Chloe. Like, bruh. If the tweakers is on the BMX bikes at the age of 35 and still decided to go get the big black trash bags, the ones that are going to stay together, you know what I mean, and hold at least $20 worth of cans, you could have spent the money better, some other type of way, right? Like Neo out here with that big ass forehead and head of his with 4 different girlfriends right now, battling child support payments and everything, man. I ain't heard a fucking Neo song in forever. This motherfucker was on, what's that shit called? The Masked Singer? Like, bro. And he got 4 girlfriends. As Neo, mastermind head having ass motherfucker looking like the fucking big brain of the world, man. Like, everybody knew Neo was headed places, but Lamar went out and got the doll made, the life-size Barbie of Khloe Kardashian. Like, for one, I'm mad that you made a doll for you to now fornicate with. That just seems like, how do you do that, bro, and feel good about yourself? Like, what's the post ejaculation clarity on a situation like that, bro? Like, you ever just climb up off the doll and be like, this is foul? You know what I mean? You go and put your doll in the washing machine, put that shit on delicate. Like, you don't ever feel bad about yourself, bro? I don't know, man. Like, stars, man. Some people were not meant to be rich, bro. Like, some people were supposed to live a regular life. Like, you shouldn't have had a good mid-game, you know what I mean, hooping. Like, you shouldn't have been able to handle the rock at that size, pause, and go in the lane and rim run. Because now, look, bro, you went from basketball stardom to getting the Kardashian coochie curse to the awful brothel night, and now you got a bed full of fucking candy wrappers and artificial booty. Like,
What the Feezy?
that's the worst BBL ever known, man. He got the Barbie butt lift. I don't know what he doing over there, bro. Lamar should be separated from his scrotum Odom, bro. You got to go do better things, man. Pick up a different hobby, bro. They're still hooping in the big 3. Like, I know Ice Cube got a spot for you on the roster, bro. Go to these, like, minor cities and states, you know what I mean? Like, I think they got a game in, like, fucking Los Banos or some shit coming up. Like, go play for the fucking Los Banos Liberty or some shit and find you somebody who's willing to, you know, have a good time with you that's a human being. Yeah, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I've been fortunate in my life to never have to stoop to those lows. I don't know anybody in my personal life that has ever done anything even sort of similar to that. Like, you are down so bad that the motherfuckers in prison making fifis to fornicate are looking at you and shaking their head right now. God damn it, Lamar. Don't let me know that you out there going to fucking Chevron, getting the rhino pill, and then going and beating the brakes off of a fucking Barbie doll, bro. I gotta get off this, man. I'm sorry. No more misogyny. I better find some fucking good women empowerment stories, because this shit is foul. God forbid, man. God forbid the wife you choose this fucking pod to listen to, right? And none of y'all ladies out there listening better not bring it to her attention. Stop trying to break up a happy home. You see how that shit? Not everybody gets away with it like Alicia Keys, all right? Some motherfuckers end up being the Faith Evans and the Lil' Kims of the world. Move accordingly. Man, I was supposed to come back with some good news around the world of women, but here I am again, man, back down that dark road. There was an Ohio teacher who pled guilty to sex with students. And if that wasn't bad enough, right? Like, she do look like not quite, you know, the young ones, the girl next door type hype. She's a appropriate age teacher, something that we might have been used to in our heydays, but not saying she's not attractive, but, you know, she's just just a pretty lady, maybe in her 40s, who knows? But so, Ohio teacher was convicted of having sex with an underage student, and apparently she doesn't need to worry about stocking up on Halloween candy. They say because the parents in the neighborhood are being warned to keep their kids away. God damn. That is crazy, man. Like, we all villainize and deservingly so men who end up on them lists that you never want to be on, right? And you got to look at them and just be like, bruh. Like, I swear, my wife put me onto that fucking website and I immediately fucking regretted it. Because now I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, if I have to pull over and send an email for work and I know that I'm even around the corner, sometimes I just want to run up in that bitch, you know what I mean, like the SWAT team, and help everybody out. But this Ohio teacher pled guilty, and then when they asked her, what was your reasoning behind this, she said it was because her husband neglected her.
What the feezy?
Now, she's an attractive lady, man. Like, I mean, it's not a situation where you would be like, in any way, and this, look, let's get back to real ruck, man. Let's get away from all this entertainment shit. When you join the sanctity of marriage, like, you're supposed to know that this is for the long haul. And if you go through the trouble of doing all these things, why on earth would you, I don't know. But life is life and shit be happening. But for you to be this woman and feel neglected by your husband, maybe you're getting attention at the schoolhouse, but shouldn't that be like with your colleagues, like people that are your peers? The fucking 15, 16-year-old kids, you know what I mean? Like, they like a puppy. They found a pillow that looked warm. You know what I mean? Like, you can't take that attention and run with it. But anyway, husband neglected her is the reason behind her actions. I'm not letting that shit fly. For one, don't matter if you had a man, like, we were liking this to like vehicles, right? Like, maybe the 2015 car ain't pushed to start, right? You might have to get something, a little bit later, a little bit newer for that to be an option in your vehicle package. But man, since the beginning of time, don't matter if it was the 1800s or fucking 1979, men were the original push to start. You know what I mean? Like,
what the feezy?
We are simple ass individuals, man. Like, give us respect, some good food, you know what I mean? And of course, the circle of life actions, you know what I mean? Push to start. Like, we simple ass individuals. We could be in the mix of doing some shit that is really important to us, right? Let me see what would be really important to us, simple ass man. It could be Sunday, 9:00 in the morning, and he could be sitting there looking at his fantasy football lineup and wondering, you know what I mean, who should I put in this flex position, right? A motherfucker will start his lineup with one player not even on the roster if you come up and hit the right buttons, right? We forget shit. We like fucking, the dogs and like squirrel, right? If you come up and hit the buttons, the spot, if you've been married to somebody, you should know, you know what I mean, what will get the engine running, right? We should have, you know what I mean? Some people warm up the car, other motherfuckers just hop in and get straight to driving. Now, although that might be detrimental to your vehicle, when it comes to a man, you know what I mean, we simple, bro. Like don't overthink it. Like, of course, you may feel a type of way if you're not getting that attention, and that's the time for a discussion. And if you ain't trying to have that discussion because you're worried about the results that might come from that convo, then try some other shit, right? Go, and you shouldn't have to do this, right? But like, as men, we don't do no upkeep type shit, trying to make sure that we still hitting all the checks and balances, right? We might go get a fresh cut, you know what I mean? Put on some new clothes, like, when we going out, try to be presentable for you and whatnot, you know what I mean? Just feel good about ourselves. So I couldn't imagine what it's like to be a woman and being in that position, feeling like you're like not desired. Like that must be difficult for a woman, right? It's not the same for a man. Like, a man's like, oh, what? You know what I mean? Like, we got this pride and this ego, and we fragile as fuck, but we also are arrogant as hell and naive as well. So we'll look at that shit and be like, it ain't me. You know what I mean? Can't be me. Motherfucker ain't, shaved all week, you know what I mean? Got the midnight stubble on the face, shit all fucked up, you know what I mean? Ain't did no fucking manscaping downstairs. Shit just looked like the hedges where people be walking by in the neighborhood and put their landscaping cards on your porch, you know what I mean? But for a lady, you might be putting yourself out there and be extremely vulnerable if you were to go do some other shit, right? Like get some lingerie, initiate like a massage, bring some oils or something into the mix. But try that before you try going over to your fucking fourth period class and trying to fucking serve some ass. Like that ain't the place, man. You gotta do better.
What the fleazy?
And as the children, you can't expect them to do nothing but fall in line. Like some people are gonna be like, no, cooties, you know what I mean? Stay away, stranger danger. Like that might be the makeup of some of these children, but motherfuckers is out here getting assaulted and not even knowing about it or bragging about it or feeling like it's a notch on the belt, like an accomplishment. No, you was assaulted, and maybe later on in life that's going to come back to, rear its ugly head in the form of however you move and navigate going forward. But when I was doing that pod with Pete and I pulled up that picture of that teacher in Modesto, I was feeling like, yo, the squares of children would have turned into motherfucker. You know when Urkel turned to Stefan? Like, that would have happened fast as fuck, bro. It would have been like the light switch. Like, motherfucker would have found out, you know what I mean? Would have learned a whole lot about himself in that moment. This lady ain't like that Modesto teacher, but like I told you, she's attractive. She is in no way, you know what I mean, somebody who shouldn't be getting that attention from their spouse. But if it ain't happening, there's other routes you can go. And if he really sleeping on it and ain't ready to do, you know what I mean, what needs to be done for you to be feeling the way that you deserve to feel, there's other options, man. Go holler at his friend that he fucked around and had two animative conversations with, right? Like I was working with somebody before and they were telling me the story about how their girl had a friend that was always just, third party, and then got with a dude and they were all chilling and it ended up being like a couples thing. And then that guy who was new to the picture just started divulging way too much information to him. Like shit that women may think men talk about, but I promise you we don't. Like that pride and that ego and that fragileness, like we may not be possessive when it comes to you or how we move and navigate on our day to day. But when somebody start asking you questions that they shouldn't know nothing about, it's a red flag and it's handled with accordingly and immediately, right? So fast forward in that story, dudes start just sharing hella info about his girl. And whether that person listening was thinking, that was something entertaining to him or not, it comes a point where you realize this person might be oversharing in hopes that you start, taking some layers off your onion as far as conversations are concerned. That's wild. But chances are your husband got a friend that's kind of been peeping from the sideline and may even be feeling the same way you are. Like, damn, he ain't showing her no attention. Now, if bro really want to like make you feel a certain type of way, go take that petty woman route, bro. Go directly to his friend group, man. Make sure that he see 5 people in his fantasy football league that don't got a flex player in their lineup, and he's gonna wonder, hey, why is that? You know what I mean? He gonna holler at the homies on the group chat. What's up, bro? You had Tyreek Hill on the bench. Yeah, but I was in the game. You feel me? 4th and goal. Went out there, you know what I mean? Across the pylon, scored a touchdown. This motherfucker like, I got, whatever it may be, right? He out here doing celebrations in the end zone. And that's what you get, neglectful husband. But lady, do something else. Go out, you know what I mean? Go out and find you a normal person. Like, don't go to the bar. You're gonna probably find some wild shit at the bar. Like, you're gonna get more than you expected going to the bar. Somebody out there on demon time, right? You may not be ready to go from straight neglect to demon time. Go to Target. You know what I mean? Like I know drive up is a thing now, but just go inside that motherfucker, bro. And go to like the men's like deodorant and shaving cream and where the razors is at and whatnot. You know what I mean? And just go stand by the manscaping shit. And that shit's all locked up. So you're going to be standing there and it's going to be kind of, at least people ain't gonna look at you and be like, why is she just standing over here? Be like, you don't think you shopping for a guy, and obviously, right? You ain't gonna be shopping for yourself. But then ask a question. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you ever tried this? And he gonna lie to you and be like, yeah, knowing he got that fucking unmanicured hedge down there and shit. But he gonna be like, yeah, and just start asking questions. You know what I mean? Like. Do you ever nick yourself? You ever have problems? You know what I mean? Or get yourself into a conversation at the Target, man. Go to Costco. Go stand by the shit that we go and get all the time, right? Like, I don't know. What would a man get at Costco? Some motherfuckers ain't up on it. Some people still going to Target and Walmart getting socks and drawers and shit. But go stand by the big pack of socks and shit and just be like, yo, make sure that he ain't grabbing the small, medium variety either, right? Make sure he grabbing the ones for a foot that might, you know what I mean, fill the shoes that you feel are leaving the void in life. I don't know, man. How did I even get here? This is a nasty ass pod. I gotta go, bro. I gotta get the fuck about this joint. Omaha. I mean, calling an audible. I gotta get the fuck about that conversation. Let's talk sports. You know what I mean? Somewhere I could be safe at. God damn. Speaking of safe, man, just when you thought that maybe John Morant had got, you know, some better thinking about himself, talked to somebody who led him in the right direction. There's no more gun celebrations, but he did take it to the next level. Check this shit out. Well, you can't see it, but Ja goes now, hits a shot, and does a new celebration, the new variation of the celebration.
I think that's
whoa. The new celebration my guy Ja is doing is he's taking a grenade or a bomb, whatever it is, looking like he pulled the pin out, throws it into the crowd, then puts his hands over his ears like that shit from the boom. Whatever, Ja. And then he goes and smiles from ear to ear. Like, you poking the bear, bro. Like, the NBA is not going to just sit here and allow you to make a fool of them. They are bigger than any one player, unless her name was LeBron James. Like, you're not the end-all, be-all. But I think this might help out my squad somehow, right? Because you are in a position where it could either be the Mavericks or potentially even the Memphis Grizzlies that we play in the play-in situation. The Kings are clinched now, thanks to the Warriors who beat the fucking Suns. Clap it up for needing help to get to where you need to be, right? And, you know, sometimes you just need some help. Clearly, during this podcast, I needed help. Somebody should have been sitting here letting me know, hey, yo, cut. You know what I mean? Cut. It's been 40 minutes of straight fucking foolery. But anyway, if we do end up against the Grizzlies in one of these playing games, and the refs decide, you know, that the call's been made, and you know, the hit has been, the bounty has been placed on Ja and the Grizzlies, and we're gonna, you know, make a point. You know what I mean? We're gonna use these motherfuckers as an example of why you don't go against a league like this. And if that's the case, then fuck, I'm all for it. The Kings have solidified a playing game in that 9th seed position, which means we will also host the game. Whoever ends up in that 10th position is who we're going to be hosting in Sacramento at the Golden One Center. It's looking, for all intents and purposes, that it's going to be the Mavericks. No Kyrie. But Anthony Davis did just rejoin the roster, which is fucked up.
What the feezy?
I was hoping we could avoid that too. You never know what's going to happen. Now, when he was a member of the Lakers, Sabonis did seem to own that squad. We did sweep them, I believe, last season. So, you know, it could be done. And that roster in Dallas is nowhere near what they have in L.A., but they do have Klay Thompson, who has a chip on his shoulder. Now, I'm not saying it's like a good chip. I ain't saying it's like one of them sea salt kettle joints. He might have like some bullshit sour cream and onion chip, but any given day, that motherfucker could go off and just, you know, have a hot night and it's curtains. But I like our chances going up against a Ja Morant and the Grizzlies, who may be pissing off the league enough to get some calls to go our way from once. We shall see how it all pans out, but hey. Sticking in sports, man, we have a little bit more clarity on what happened in Denver with the firing of Mike Malone.
What the feezy?
This guy won a championship in Denver 2 years ago. Has the team playing, good ball, man. They've always been in that top four position in the Western Conference all season long. Nikola Jokic, you got Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook. And that might have been the Achilles heel, is that you had Russell Westbrook, because now we're starting to hear accounts that Mike Malone's support of Westbrook in the lineup may have been what was the deciding factor in his dismissal. I'm going to say this, man. My son's favorite player in the league is low-key Russell Westbrook. He still, pisses me off with all the LeBron talk. But my best way to rile him up is talk shit about Russell Westbrook. So I'm like, yo, what jersey number he wear? He's like 0. I was like, oh, to represent the rings. You know what I mean?
What the feezy?
He get mad as hell. But it is what it is, man. Like, these kids watch clips the next day. You know what I mean? They ain't even seeing the history happen on the court. But it is what it is. It's a new generation, right? If that's the case, and that's why he was removed from his position, y'all took drastic steps at a very key time in the season, playing and vying for a spot that you want in the seeding, hoping to host, a playoff series. This could get shaky. The Kings did play the Nuggets last night, and apparently we weren't enough to take advantage of the, I guess, chaos in the organization, as they did find a way to beat us. It wasn't an ass whooping in any regards, but still, man, we would like to go into the playoffs with a little bit of momentum, feeling good about ourselves, but true Kings fashion. Let's get this apparent inside scoop on the Nuggets firing of their former head coach, championship head coach, Michael Malone.
What I'm told. This has been brewing for a while. Like, the environment in Denver, I'm told, is toxic, or has been. Because the GM, Calvin Booth, who also was fired, as you said, and Michael Malone don't get along. And I've been told weren't even talking to each other, okay? Michael Malone is an old school, hard-nosed coach. And that has rubbed a lot of the players the wrong way. And I'm even told if they hadn't won that championship in 2023, he might have been gone at that time. All right, but obviously they won it. So some players, he's just rubbed them the wrong way because he's such a hard-nosed coach. Not quite as hard on Jokic and Murray, but still coaches them hard, but not quite as hard on them, which also has rubbed some guys the wrong way, that he's not as hard on them. Now, I am told this. I'm told that Jokic liked Michael Malone. Like, he liked him. Now, of course, he saw sometimes he's a little too hard, bristled a little bit at it, but he liked Michael Malone. And so that is the situation that I'm told. I'm told the owner, Josh Kroenke, really didn't want to pick sides between Malone and Booth. It's all toxic, so you're all gone. And that's my reaction. Obviously, crazy time to do it. We'll get into what this means for the team and stuff. But that's some of the inside information I'm told.
Now, that's a little bit lesser of what I heard. I heard there was also a lot of the fact that they have a young kid who could have been taking some of the minutes that an older veteran player that Russell Westbrook was getting. And, yeah, you might want to give your young talent some playing time, get them some burn on the court so that they can figure out, see what you have in that player. Excuse me. But if I'm going into, and I hope my son don't hear this, time to give Westbrook some props. If I'm going to war and I got Russell Westbrook on my team, I'm going to be damn sure that man is in his fatigues with all the ammo necessary to go out there and do what he does. Is he going to be averaging a triple-double like he did in the past? Absolutely not. But you're not asking for him to do that in this stage of his career. You want him to be the playmaker that he knows he could be. You want to have somebody who could, just based off athleticism alone, be a mismatch for certain players, somebody who could still jump out the gym. You throw a lob up, I have a lot of confidence my guy is going to be able to secure that and put the ball where it needs to be. On top of that, you'd be hard-pressed to find a player who's going to play with more passion and energy than even a older Russell Westbrook. Like, yeah, you might have some young talent on the bench that you want to see what really is there, right? You want to max out their potential. But right now, it's that time of the year where all that pretty shit goes, takes a back seat to hard-nosed basketball in the paint, defense. A lot of these games that were fucking 130 points amongst both teams, 260 points or more, that's going to shrink. It's going to be a lot of shot clocks being utilized. People are going to play deep 20 seconds into that shot clock. It's not going to be just hawking up threes like we see, out of all the other months of the NBA season. You're going to need a big man inside who could assert himself in in a power role as far as, just taking up space underneath the rim, securing rebounds, playing that hard-nosed style of basketball. Nobody better at that than Nikola Jokic. This guy does all those things and still has the crazy intangibles of being able to run the break, deliver crazy-ass assists to power players that he has on his wings. If you're firing this guy over the fact that he's too hard-nosed of a coach, like, bro, this is like when the parents want to be their kid's best friend and they don't want to be the parent.
What the feezy?
Like, they got friends. Your job is to be able to decipher which friends you want them spending time with and which ones you don't, and laying down the law. You feel me? Like, you want to be your fucking child's friend, well, end all be all of that, you're going to be feeling like, shit, I didn't fully equip them with everything needed. If you're a head coach of a basketball organization, a franchise that you just got a title with in 2023, don't fucking question how I do what I do. It's hard enough to manage the egos of a professional athlete, much less ones who just came off a championship run. But if you're able to find somebody who has a way to deliver the message, and fuck if it offends people. I ain't here to be your friend. I'm the fucking coach. You're a player. You're a piece. You're one cog in this machine. And it's so unfortunate, bro, that we live in an era now where, and it's always kind of been like this, right? The superstars are going to get that special treatment. It is what it is, right? Like, you know what I mean? Let's go back to misogyny. This Ohio school teacher, you know what I mean, goes out to the same bar that Drea goes out to. You know, her drinks might take some time to come her way. It just is what it is, right? If you work at a 9-to-5 joint and somebody's son who's a manager or a supervisor is on that same workforce, they might be able to slide with taking the extra 5 minutes in the lunch break. But you damn sure better get your ass back to where you're supposed to be. It's just fucking unfortunate, but it's the way of the world, man. Like, if somebody is tipping more at a service, whether it be a haircut, whether it be the restaurant, if they're a regular and you know that you're going to get a chunky tip from this individual, you're going to pay extra attention over there. So, yeah, maybe Jokic and Jamal Murray were cut a little bit of slack when it comes to the yelling and whatever y'all fragile fucking franchise players can't deal with these days. But I'm sorry, bro. Y'all make millions upon millions of dollars, and then I see y'all night after night go to the free throw line and brick 2 in a row with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter down by 1. Like, I'm not supposed to be able to yell at that? I'm over here, bro, on my couch putting in prize picks parlays. Like, I swear, bro, if I was given 10 shots from the free throw line, I'm making 8 of them bitches. Everybody in the stands are not. And that's me, bro. That's me, bro. Like, what the fuck? You guys are letting go of coaches that got you championships in a fucking tough-ass Western Conference at that because he coaches too hard? Man, let's see what Paul Pierce don't hold no punches, man. This motherfucker's a player, too, so he has a lot more leeway to speak this way than I do. You know what I mean? I might be the owner of a fantasy football team, but I definitely ain't never ran full court with some of the best athletes in the world. Let's see what Paul had to say.
Players get their feelings hurt in this generation. Oh, I don't like him. He talking bad to me. Man, get on the line. You making $30 million a year. Like, that's what these players' feelings get hurt. I'm telling you, he's a great coach. He's won a championship. Joker is playing the best of his basketball of his career again. And he might win MVP, he might not. But now, because somebody's feeling hurt in the locker room, oh, we don't like him, we don't think we can win with him, it don't matter. Get over your feelings. He's a successful coach who's brought you to the mountaintop, and now people's feelings get hurt, and now he out of there.
Man. Me and Paul seeing eye to eye on this shit. Now, that's another point. Jokic playing some of his best ball in the league. He don't even fucking like basketball. This man would much rather be ice fishing wherever the fuck he's from with a bunch of his fucking partners drinking hot vodka, right? Like, let's put this shit in perspective. If Jokic was my height, we had the same body type, bro.
What the feezy?
And he out here can't jump for shit, run just as slow as I do, and has been the MVP multiple times in the league with the world's best athletes competing for that same title.
What the feezy?
Bruh. Jamal Murray ain't really raw like that, bro. Let's be honest. And he might be, if we're talking about tiers of players, he definitely ain't in the third tier. He's probably second tier. But what I'm saying is, like, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic are winning titles in a small market like Denver, where they ain't really won shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's been John Elway and maybe Peyton Manning, right? Oh, there's a trend there, bro. There's a trend right there, bro. Like, man. If you're an ugly, fair-skinned individual that plays athletic sports in Denver, you might be able to win some chips. I don't know. Man. These motherfuckers got a white boy with the name spelled Braun, and they out here pronouncing it Brown. Like, I might have went through the regular, education system and dished a whole lot of class, but where I'm at, that's just Braun. All right? Not Braun like the flop specialist, a.k.a., my son can't play, but he's on the playoff roster anyway. Not that, and I ain't even mad at that. You know what I mean? Let that be. Shit, how many Baldwins are fucking actors and can't none of them do shit? At least nothing good. Yeah, man. Mike Malone deserves to still be head coach of the Denver fucking Nuggets. And now, this might not instantly harm your team, but what the fuck is this interim coach going to be able to do when you're in a 7-game series and this team has found out how to beat you 2 of them times and now you're down 2-0? You're depending on an assistant to come in here and put the pieces in place and get the best out of the roster that's there. If they didn't respect the coach with a winning record that just got them a championship in 2023, they're going to respect the dude who was fucking watching film 3 years ago. No disrespect to David Adelman, son of Rick Adelman, former head coach for the Sacramento Kings back in our heyday of success. So, obviously the kid comes from lineage and knows ball, but yeah, that's just going to come back to bite you in the long run. Might want to reconsider, man. Most definitely. And if there's anybody who wants to reconsider shit, it's definitely Nico motherfucking Harrison, man. God damn it, Nico. For the casual basketball fan, let me paint the picture, man. Luka Doncic, franchise player, drafted in the first round for the Dallas Mavericks, 4th overall in the draft that he was in. A player that came from Slovenia. And when I remember I was working at Costco warehouse at the time, and my boy Brandon, he knew hoop. He was like, the Kings, man, y'all better go swoop up Luka. And I was like, who the fuck is Luka? And he was like showing me highlights from Slovenia, bro. Like, that shit looked like the old school cameras, bro, NBA on NBC. You know what I mean? I thought I was watching my homie Joe play fucking Blazers versus Bulls on Sega Genesis. But he's showing me the highlights, and I'm like, okay, but he playing with Slovenians, right? He was like, nah, he the real deal. Unbeknownst to me, Vlade Divac, the GM of the Kings at the time, had fucking international beef with bruh. So, of course, we don't get him. We go grab some bullshit. I don't even know who it was, but whoever it is, you know what I mean, ain't in the league or non-factor for sure, based on our decision-making at that stage of the draft. But this is for the people who don't know what's going on. Imagine, and this was something I seen, it was a meme online. A woman was like, yo, make this whole Luka Doncic trade shit make sense. And they were like, okay, imagine Destiny's Child traded Beyonce for Chili of TLC. I was like, oh, shit. Bro did that. Even more so, right? AD, the way he stay injured, I was like, nah, it's more so like Beyonce getting traded from Destiny's Child for that girl from 3RW, you know what I mean? Like that chick, you know what I mean? Damn, my bad, y'all.
What the feezy?
But in hindsight, last night was the first time that Luka Doncic returned to Dallas to play the Mavericks, a team that traded him away in the fucking on the most underground of ways possible. They're saying Jason Kidd wasn't aware. They're saying that Mark Cuban was not in the know. And I don't know how that happens, but Nico Harrison, this guy who's fumbled a billion bags before, made that decision. And before I get to what happened to him, I just want to play a clip of this guy getting his tribute video in Dallas, and Luka was definitely teary-eyed for sure. I'll play a little bit of this.
Please turn your attention to the video board for a special tribute video.
With the 5th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and Real Madrid.
Hi, it's Luka Doncic. I'm really excited to be a part of the Dallas Mavericks team, and I hope you will enjoy my games and you will enjoy how I play, and I hope to see you soon.
There it is! Corner, Luka! And 2019 Rookie of the Year is
Luka Doncic.
2 seconds. Doncic for the win. Oh, yeah! Luka Doncic! Burger. Luka Doncic with a little spice. How did he get that through all those defenders and hands and arms?
So y'all get the gist of it, man. I'll leave it there. Let me clap it up for Luka, man. Short didn't mean to hit the air horn there, but it is what it is, man. Luka goes back and had a 30-point first fucking half. So, I mean, come on, Luke. Luka Magic, man, proving a point. And, the guy who traded him away was not in his courtside seats where he's known to be. Nico, ducking the smoke, Harrison was sitting there in the tunnel. And 9 seconds into the fucking first quarter, these are the chants you hear. Fire, Nico. Yeah, bro. They had welcome home signs everywhere. Luka t-shirts. Thank you, Luka, on t-shirts in Slovenia. Slovenian, I guess. Over every seat in the game. Luka definitely emotional, but he still went out there and put belt to ass, 30 points in the first half. Let me actually go look up my guy's stat line from yesterday. I stayed away from prospects. That would have been a definite over, for me. Just spite alone and then talent included. Let's see here. Let me look at the games from yesterday. Let's see. The Lakers win 112-97 in Dallas in Luka's first game back. Also important to note that included in that was Anthony Davis, who returned to the roster to play the Lakers for the first time as well. I'm going to go to the box score and just give you Luka's numbers. Luka Doncic, man. In 38 minutes, 45 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, shooting 16 of 28. That's 57% from the field. 7 of 10 from the three-point line, 70%. 6 of 9 on free throws. Yeah, man. Prove a point, Luka. Now, just in fairness, let's talk about Anthony Davis and what he was able to do in his first game back to the fucking Mavericks. Anthony Davis, okay. In 33 minutes, he had 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists, 1 block.
What the fleazy?
Yeah, man. You might have got the short end of that deal. And hey, man, when there is a purpose behind the play, things are going to be amplified for sure. Nico Harrison, I ain't Breakfast Club. I'm sure not Charlemagne, but donkey of the fucking day. How about jackass of the moment, bro, for fucking Nico Harrison? Yeah. If I'm Jason Kidd, I'm fucking furious. I might be looking to go coach somewhere else next year. Shit, that Nuggets job look desirable for sure, right? Let's go. Time will tell what happens there. This is one of them instances, like, the Kings are in the same position this year. Mike Brown, former championship coach, was let go like 30 games into the season for some of them same reasons, right? Being a little too harsh to the star players. Interim coach Doug Christie comes in, former player of the Kings, somebody who hard-nosed in his playing time. Definitely looks like a player's coach. I don't know if he's going to retain the job and become the actual coach going forward, next season. But I could bet, pretty comfortably that David Adelman is not going to be the head coach of the Mavericks next year. There have been rumored to be asking about a possible first ballot Hall of Famer, former player Carmelo Anthony as a head coach going forward. I don't know if I'd put the faith of my franchise in the person who stepped out on Lala. I mean, that might not be something that I would do. Like Lala be hanging out with Kim Kardashian and Sierra, and they just look like, normal, everyday, girl next door compared to Lala. And I might be biased. I don't know. But anytime, Lala posts some of them thirst traps online, and this is egregious. But instantly I get into my fucking I start going back to Fuji's the score, you know what I mean? And be like, Fuji Lala isn't it? When we, you know what I mean? I instantly all of a sudden I start doing fucking like Prez ad libs and shit. But hey, it is what it is, man. Lala should never feel like the Ohio school teacher ever in life. I don't know, man. Let me put this out as a disclaimer just to let y'all know, man. I'll let y'all know from the jump.
Consummate unprofessional.
Consummate unprofessional. Consummate unprofessional.
Now, I should get the fuck up and out of here because I felt like I dug myself big enough of a hole today. Pause. If Ray J's listening, please disregard. And I'm not off that yet either. Kai, bro, we're going to fucking make a petition to get your utilities cut off, bro. Like, you can keep your fucking PG&E because I know you got to get your coin, right? You're a streamer. That's where you make your bread at. But your water and garbage is going to be shut off immediately if you take in swimsuit showers with groups of people. That's just, I don't know. You seen what happened to Diddy. Move accordingly, man. Let's look at Prize Picks. Let me just see something right here, right now. Let me see. Tonight on TNT, a matchup between two Western Conference teams that are vying for a playoff positioning for sure. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Memphis Grizzlies play each other. Battle of the big men. You got Julius Randle going up against Giannis and Brook Lopez, the big man for Milwaukee. Let me just go through some of these joints right here. Points, rebounds, and assists currently on the slate for a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let me see where he's at. I hate that I have to go through all these live players. Like, I'm never betting on the live. Like, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, no brainer. 45.5 points, rebounds, and assists is the current over-under for Giannis Antetokounmpo. With no Damian Lillard over there, I'm going more on that. I'm actually slamming the more. Pause. Let me see. Anthony Edwards, 39 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's see what he's been doing lately. Over the past 5 games, he's averaged 40 in that regard. There is a green option to choose over 34.5. Now, when you click that, he's definitely hit or surpassed that in each of the last 5 games that he's played. I'll go ahead and take the hit on it being a goblin where you get paid a little bit less, but there's a whole lot less stress. And every time I click it, they want to make me go to 39. 34.5 for points, rebounds, and assists for Anthony Edwards. I'm going over. Let's go into some different games because I don't like to do too much for the same game. What else we got tonight? Who's playing in the late night? Shit, the first game might have already started. We could be in troubled waters with only one game that ain't live yet, so that could cause some issues when you try to make a fucking lineup like this. Let's see. Just skimming through some of these things. Mike Conley over or under on 4.5 assists. I don't know if he's getting the playing time that he used to get. They might have somebody else over there running point right now. Over the past 5 games, he's averaged 4.6. That's Mike Conley of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think the ball is more so in Ant's hands these days. I'm kind of afraid to even touch that, to be honest. Pause, no Ray J. Let's see something else. Points and rebounds for this guy. Nah, we ain't doing that either. Rebounds and assists. Intriguing. Averaging 7 over the past 5 games. The over-under for the regular line is 7. Now, it is an important game. He's going to be chasing around Ja all day. I would like to press less, but I'm not even going to touch it. I'm going to leave it alone. Pause, no Ray J. Let me see. Let's get out of here. Let's go to 3 points made. Again, I don't want none of these live players, man. Let me go to the players who we're going to play in the near future. Let me see. Mike Conley over 1.5. Nah, I ain't touching that. Nas Reed, 1.5. Damn, this motherfucker had 5 games ago. Then it went 0-1-0 over the next 3 and hit another 3 against Milwaukee in the last game they played. Let's stay away from that and look at the 3 points attempted. Over the last 5 games, he's averaged 4.4 3 points attempted in the game. I think that this is going to be a shootout. You know what? Let me get all the way out of here. Rudy Gobert plays for that team. Let's go to motherfucking rebounds one time. Defensive rebounds at that. They got that? Let's go rebound combo. Zach Edey and Rudy Gobert, 23 rebounds combined. I got to go see what Edey's rebounds is looking like. Forgive me, y'all. You know what I mean? Sometimes I put way too much thought into this shit, and it ends up being a negative thing. But let me look at Edey and see if they got his own little rebound shit up there. First of all, I'll be cautionary to even bet on somebody with the name Edey. You know what I mean? Oh, but he's been 18 inside the rebounds. Over the past 5 games, he's averaged 14.2, and that's even with a 2-rebound game against Boston. That's interesting. Now, at this point, do you just go with him alone at 11.5? I don't know. To play it a little bit safe, I'm going to go with that rebounds combo option that we got up here. This is a lot too much more information into the mindset that I be fucking having when I make these things, so please. I'm sure because I'm discussing it so much, it's not going to go well. Zach Edey and Rudy Gobert for over or under 23 rebounds. Let's see. Let me just type in Rudy real quick and see what his rebounds be looking like. They got him over or under at 12. He's averaging 16.8 over the last 5 games, but that's because of a monster 26 rebound game against Detroit. His last game against Milwaukee, he only got 9. Dangerous territory. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb because I'll be mad if I do the under and they got fucking 20 in the first half. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this rebound combo and reluctantly hit the more. Zach Edey and Rudy Gobert, y'all better stay on this fucking court tonight. I don't want to see no fucking foul outs and none of that shit. All right, man. Let's keep it smooth. Let's keep it real simple. 3-teamer. Whether you want to do the power play and get 4 times the money that you bet, or do the flex and just, a little less greedy, but you might, be able to get you a greenie. Yeah. I'm not going to put a bet in because I usually like to bet before all the games are played and have more options. But yeah, this is what I would give as if I were to throw some bread down. Giannis Antetokounmpo over 45.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Anthony Edwards over the Green Goblin option of 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Okay, you see now I'm asking for these motherfuckers to get rebounds and I'm putting all that onus on Edey and Rudy Gobert. I don't know, man. I'm never hitting the less on Giannis. Anthony Edwards. I expect him to have a good night. He's going up against Ja. Somebody got to be the plan B of the league. And if it was going to be anybody, it's for sure going to be Anthony Edwards. Pun intended. Fuck it, man. That makes me want to hit less on Edey and Rudy Gobert. Yeah, that's a bit much. Fuck it. Let me get away from this rebound combo and just play the 2-teamer. This will be a power play when you put this bet in, but hit 2.25 times your money based off the fact that Anthony Edwards is a Green Goblin option. But I feel like a safe bet is over for both Giannis and Anthony Edwards in the points, rebounds, and assists category this evening. Now, as always, man, if it hits and it do pay, send some bread my way. And if it don't and you got played, I ain't got shit to say. All right. Against my better judgment, man, because I'm itching to share some new music with y'all that came out over the last weekend. This is Thursday night, which means if you're on the West Coast, by 9 o'clock tonight, the new fresh batch of new music is going to hit. Let me see. Let me actually go to the main page and talk about some of these new tracks that came out. We're going to start with this. I don't know who the weirdo is, but anytime I see Freddie Gibbs on the track, it's a must play. So we're going to check this out. New single in your phones right now, Brothers, spelt as it sounds, money sign for the S, the weirdo and Freddie Gibbs.
Unprofessional as Fuck Podcast.
Lean on my brothers, cool nights and summers, blood thicker than water, can't trust no others. Lean on my brothers, these streets will change.
So you hear a slow beat like this and you're like, all right, what you gonna do with it? But Freddie gonna go double time, I'm already knowing. Pause.
Lean on me, lean on me, lean on me.
Shout out to all my brothers out there. Pete, what up? Jay Woods, what's happening?
Lean on me. Welcome to the South Side. Inglewood's approaching. The ones with their head down, cautious they be lurking. Niggas go.
Shout out my brother Jose, man. What's up with Jack? What's going on, fam?
They try to bro you. Shit, I had to cover these skies with
Big
my
Avail.
All these triggers ain't gonna bring the game back. All this fucking gonna cause a heart attack. Young in the system, lost off track. Corrupted since the egg dropped in my mother's womb. Brother looking at me like we got.
Alright, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I want to hear Freddie's verse.
These streets will change.
Apologize, y'all. Let me turn this down a little bit because this motherfucker is going to try to come at me.
Unprofessional as Fuck Podcast.
Lean on me.
Gangsta Gibbs, Gary, Indiana.
Lean on me.
New track, Brothers, the weirdo and Freddie Gibbs in your phones right now.
Lean on me.
Gibbs, talk to him.
Lean on me.
Yeah. Lean on me. Go Montana got a 16 on me. I'm moving slow, I hope they never scheme on me. Back over sleep, I told the bitch dream on me. I'm from the auto when I pull up on the scene. No, a rich woman's lover and a broke bitch dream. No, I move like I was Nicky Tarantino in casino. The bottles come from Italy, the bunny rabbit bean. Alright.
Freddie's always going to skate on that shit, but we're going to let that shit be, man. A day late, $1 short. Boldy James, Jay Worthy, Doe Networks. Yeah. In your phones right now.
Jacksonville.
Boldy Jay Worthy, man. Two must listens. Based off the name alone, you know it's gonna be something, man. A fresh, little smooth, soulful beat. Shout out Boldy, man. Hardest working man in the business right now.
Let's get it. It's time to pop the court. No, I'm a day late and $1 short. Most of my niggas go for blood, this shit just not for sport. Leave you hanging on for dear life with no life support. Goo got new AR, what the fuck am I gonna argue for?
Man, just to get straight to it, man, this summer I told you I'm gonna be outside June 20th. Boldy James going out there with my brother Jay Woods and Big Avail, man, going to see Boldy headlining his tour in San Francisco. At the end of that week, going to go see my brother Pete, man, the chef. We're going to be cooking up, checking out Wu-Tang, Final Chamber, on tour with Run the Jewels. 2 great shows, man. It's going to be a week. Let's move along, let's play some other shit. Brand new in your phones right now. What's these motherfuckers call themselves? The Jack Boys, Pauls, No Ray J, ILMB, Sheck West, Travis Scott in your phones right now.
I love my bitch. I love my bitch. I love my bitch.
For the strippers and men who fuck rippers, this your Friday night soundtrack. Hey, I hope for the husband's sake, his Ohio school teacher wife ain't somewhere in the dive bar just shaking ass or some shit like this. You know what I mean? Y'all get the vibes. Rhapsody, one of the best female artists that we have right now. I ain't saying rapper, female artists that we have right now. That list came out, Billboard, of the best female rappers. Y'all order was off, and the fact that Rhapsody, I don't know, man. Y'all gotta get y'all shit together. Them lists are just designed to piss you off anyway. But Rhapsody in your phones right now, this shit's called, I don't even fucking know. I can't. COUNYM? I don't know. Check it out. Hey, DSPs, please spare me, man. I'm just out here trying to make some coin, man. You know what I mean? Promote music that's played on your platforms anyway. You know what I mean? Cut a motherfucker a break one time. Alright, Rhapsody on her Nirvana, Kurt Cobain shit. This better be the Rhapsody I'm used to. All right, I got played. It's like Rammstein or some shit. My fault. You know what I mean? I'm unprofessional as fuck, man. Big X the plug. Bailey Zimmerman. I don't really like nobody with that last name in hip hop, but it is what it is. Country motherfuckers right here. Texas, what up?
Don't let me down easy.
Oh,
if
shit.
you're gonna leave me, baby, go and leave me all the way. Don't ask for all your things back, cussing out my name, yeah.
It's that healthy compromise, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be in the car with my lady, she don't wanna play like some Morgan Wallen. I'm gonna be like, man, fuck that fool. But then I'm gonna put this shit on, she's gonna be like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Who's this? And I'll be like, you know, check it out.
Leave me all the way.
If it's over, so fuck it. Just don't act like my love wasn't nothing. Like
and Big X, come on, she gonna look confused. I'm like, just vibe with the shit, you know what I mean?
it's too good to be true.
If you're gonna listen to Morgan Wallen and Young Dirk, this is definitely the better option. All the way, Big X the plug, Billy Zimmerman. One time for the independent artist, April 7th, new track by Russ. He posted a birthday post to his significant other. Russ is doing really well in the independent game and in the relationship game as well. What's crazy, if you make girl songs, bro, and you got like long curly hair looking like Troy Polamalu, they'll bypass the fact that, you know, you vertically challenge or whatnot. I ain't even hating, bro. Russ doing his thing, independent wise, making money, giving motherfuckers a pathway and a blueprint, so please don't take that as hate. You also got this long ass intro though, it's like a Luther Vandross song.
Midwest girl, she nice and sweet, barely an inch over 5'3". You religious, but you Christian.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I ain't hating, but this motherfucker could do no wrong, right? Like, he can go to the grocery store and just start reading off the fucking list that you had when you went in there, right? We need butter, we need milk, we need alternatives to get silk, we need orange juice, get the one that's on sale because it's $4 less, plus we need lettuce, and we just start mispronouncing shit. We need grapes, green ones ain't, down with the purple. I'm just playing, man. Y'all gotta understand, I'm on a whole different level right now, bro. Like, I'm really just excited to be ahead of this pod game and staying fucking consistent and persistent, but I might have just lost a lot of y'all. Let me spare me all that, right? Motherfucker be like, we need Cheerios, we need Captain Crunch, we need what's that popcorn? That fucking, what's that? The healthy popcorn? I don't even know. Obviously, I ain't eating healthy. Moving along, Rayvon TDE representative, dollar menu. Yeah, that's more my speed. Hey, equality, man. If y'all motherfuckers want to make $20 at the McDonald's, bro, y'all motherfuckers better figure out how to get that shit to the window. I mean, don't nobody want to park out front. What's wrong with y'all? Rayvon, West Coast, what up?
Here go this nigga. Hey, nigga, what's up, bro? What you want?
God damn, what's up with these intros?
Telling me you saved my life. Maybe everything gon' be alright. 10 piece for my mama didn't eat that night. Promise I'ma keep it 99 cent for life. Last night I had sleep for dinner.
You ain't even gotta play too much more of that. That's an instant rock with it. Let me see. Nino Man, signed by Jadakiss. Could do no wrong on the East. Nino Man, jail call.
Look, let me tell you some crazy shit. No lie.
No, I really don't want to hear a song start like that. I apologize. That Mexican OT and Saul Set My Homie Up Walker, Samsung screens. That's in your phones. I ain't gonna play it. Domani, I actually wanted to talk about this guy. I saw him on a LA Leakers freestyle. It looked like he was genuinely going back to the essence of a freestyle, right? And it looked like he had too much that was fully prepared. And I give you kudos for that. So the fact that there was a few stumbles in there, I'm going to bypass it. Definitely the more talented artist of the T.I. lineage. This is Domani, Time in your phones right now.
LIT, no, I don't care if I see it, no. I gotta fan my feet. Keep thinking I plan, I need it. I gotta find a way. Watch I spread my wings. Ain't gon' hide away. I get it all kinds of ways. Nigga, it's time. Time to show you plan. Time to show you land. It's time. Time to put it in bed. Kindness take it.
All right, man. Enough of these singles. These shits is lackluster. To the albums that came out last week, Never Catch Us, Currency, and Harry Fraud in your phone right now. Bodie James, hardest working man in the business. just dropped another album, EP, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Alphabet Highway, Boldy and V-Don. This joint is called Smacking Foreigns, aka What We Should All Do to Elon.
Even from a kid, hustle already. Where we at?
Unprofessional as Fuck Podcast.
Half brick of golden retriever. I smack a fiend who owe up anything over Ratina. Hoop in middle of the street we used to call cardboard. Now we playing.
Boldy on a historical run right now. Historical run. Just the activity that we get from this guy. He's dropping fucking every other week. Every week, actually. It's just kind of unheard of, man. But it needs to be, applauded and paid attention to. Alphabet Highway, Boldy James, beat on in your phone right now. Back to Griselda affiliates. What's this? Black Soprano Family. Rick High, Ricky. In Plain Sight. New project in your phones right now. This track's called Wish You Would. In Plain Sight, Ricky Hyde.
It's so motherfucking soulful. Yeah. It's so Yeah, look who back putting pressure on these niggas with minimal effort. Without no ads or no promo, not even a pressing. A nigga probably made the most when they gave me the lesson. But I was always in the kitchen like Panther Contessa. Man, it's been a hell of a journey. We still going.
You know what you're gonna get with Ricky Hyde projects, man. He care about the art form. He's gonna rap. He's gonna get some cool production. That joint In Plain Sight in your phone right now. Let's get to the bay now. The Russell, another person active every fucking day. It feels like this guy's dropping some shit. This joint's called Filling the Pot off the Black Boy Fly. The Russell, Mike and Keys project in your phones right now. Might have played this on the previous pod. Bear with me.
World premiere, they counting on me to bring culture back. The feeling the pop, you know, thing close to that. It's Kenny Cole, and the nigga that you hearing now. I rode along long enough, I'm steering now. The people need change, the game desire new. I'm now inspired by niggas.
God damn, this is a 2-hour pod. I better chill the fuck out. Shady Nate, I played some of this off the last intro, courtesy of The Mob, Volume 1. Put a play together featuring Bruce Banner. Shady Nate. One of the best flows in the Bay for sure. June on the beat, where you been at, fam? These intros getting out of hand, man. Songs be 2 minutes, intros be 30 seconds.
This ethanol got the scat tripping. I don't like you around there, bitch, you act different. This shit been jumping out the pot and back flipping. Then popped his ass again, guess he back slipping.
All right. Joe Blow got an album out as well. I cannot pronounce this shit. It is definitely in Arabic, but another person who worked hard as hell in this rap game, independent from what I know, Jack of Flow, giving love and nod over to the Jack of one of the best we've ever had on this West Coast, especially in the Bay Area. Jack of Flow, Joe Blow, off the new project in your phones right now.
Unprofessional as Fuck Podcast.
Sir, R&B singer TDE got a deluxe to the Heavy album in your phones right now. Check it out, but Joe Blow one time.
Me and Mo just hit the poker nose to play in the snow. I got this white boy, Kai, I just pay him to grow. I know you mean just what you said, I heard you say it before.
It's a smooth little outro vibe, so let me get the hell up out of here, man. This pod went a lot longer than expected. But hey, man, what I realized is when I talk this long, I definitely get myself in trouble, and I'm for sure going to be in some heat for some of the shit said today, whether that be direct or you know what I mean, just from the outside looking in. Either way, man, regardless, you know what it is.
Unprofessional as Fuck Podcast.
As always, man, thank y'all for tuning in, for tapping in. I'm having a hell of a time bringing these to y'all. I hope I'm providing at least half of that when y'all listen and consume. Man, getting to it, not going through it, that's the motto. Praying everybody has a great rest of their week, a smooth weekend. Make sure you spend time with the ones that matter to you the most. Keep your family close and let them enemies be where they be, man. Fuck the old expression. Till next time, find what makes you happy and return the favor. I'ma holler at y'all later.
It was never intended. You ever break the trust I give you, we can never amend it. Treat you like the mothers didn't, but you
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.